Last night on MasterChef Australia,
Cook like you're going to save the world.
Tom, Sam and Trevor finished last in the invention challenge.
Very, very angry at myself. Why the hell didn't I just do steak and chips?
But for Chris, victory.
You are really looking like a real chef, yeah?
Tonight, the bottom three face off.
It could not be a worse situation that I've put myself in.
Three chefs head-to-head in the pressure test.
This is when it all counts. Make it look beautiful.
And for one of them, the prospect of elimination.
This is going to be very close.
There can only be one MasterChef, and they will get the chance to work in Australia's top restaurants, publish their own cookbook, and win $100,000.
I'm in the bottom three again, and to be perfectly honest, I have to question the fact that I've done it 2 weeks in a row. So I'm gonna have to cook my socks off to remain here.
I'm definitely feeling for Sam, Trevor and Tom today.
All three of them are really strong players in the competition, and I'm really surprised that those three ended up all together in one pressure test.
The meat is overcooked. There's no doubt about it. It's medium well.
It's too small. There's too many elements going on. You've taken it just that little bit too far.
Whoa! How much garlic's in there?
Tom, Sam and Trevor, unfortunately, the judges decided your dishes were not up to scratch. You'll all be facing the pressure test.
Standing before us are three very, very good cooks. We don't want to lose any one of you. But to be quite frank, one of you is going home.
I think a lot more pressure is going to be on Sam today, given that he was in the bottom three last week. So, there is a chance that he could be sent home today, which, would be hard on me. I think I'd take that fairly difficult.
Being in the bottom three means that my journey could essentially be over. I would love to make cooking my entire life. I would love to open a small restaurant with my wife and be side by side all day, every day, cooking for people. I'm here to learn so that I can open my own restaurant and not fail in the first year. I'll be bitterly disappointed if I let my wife down.
Today's challenge is for me to actually stay in this competition. I've worked in law for about 9 years. I actually was at a fork in the road. And now that I've gotten this far, I'm getting excited about the potential of what could happen, and that being a career in cooking. I perform best under pressure, and so the pressure challenge I'm really looking forward to, because I know I can't perform unless I do some complete stuff up.
It is different to last time. I'm up against, two cooks who've put up some of the best dishes so far in the competition. Boys, all the best, eh?
Good luck.
So I've just got to keep my head clear today, read the recipe very, very thoroughly, understand everything that's meant to be done, and make sure that, make sure that I'm still here by the end of today.
Walking in today Yeah, it's quite horrific. I've enjoyed standing up on the mezzanine floor looking down and watching people go through this, but it's not a fun place to be.
They actually all looked quite nervous, even Tom, I thought, looked a little bit nervous. Of all the elimination challenges I've seen, like, I think this is the closest it'll get.
I know if I cook my best, I can hold my own, but I think I'm the longest shot today.
Tom, Trevor and Sam, you failed to impress the judges in yesterday's invention test. So now you must battle it out to prove you're still worthy of a place in this competition. Now, need I remind you, the worst performer today will be going home immediately.
The pressure test is the MasterChef kitchen's toughest challenge. It represents what a real kitchen's like. It puts you under the sort of pressure, the sort of stress that you feel when you're cooking for real customers. What makes it hard for you three is that none of you should be standing here. You're all good cooks. You all have the potential to be great cooks.
I'm facing the pressure test with two of the strongest cooks in this competition. I mean, it could not be a worse situation that I've put myself in. It's going to be a hard day. Yeah, God, I hope they don't want me to bake a cake.
So, the dish is...
What is that?
A warm, sticky date pudding with butterscotch sauce and almond praline. Now, Sam, what a reaction from you, mate. Your desserts aren't your favourite, are they?
No, it's not something I would normally cook. You know, it's no secret, I don't do desserts. My mother told me before I came up here, you should practice desserts before you go, and I still didn't, so harsh lesson.
Have you ever cooked a toffee praline before?
No, Gary, I've not cooked a toffee praline before.
Trevor, have you?
I've never even eaten that stuff. The only dessert I eat is ice cream.
You've never eaten a sticky toffee pudding before? I'm shocked.
It's not something I would ever order. It's not something I would ever eat. Which is going to make it very difficult because I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. I don't know when to pull it out of the oven. I don't know anything about it.
How do you get the praline into that shape?
Trevor and Sam are a little nervous.
Bake it in a triangle.
I'm nervous. I'm also excited, but I just need to actually start doing it to see how I perform.
OK, Tom, you can come and taste the dish. Think about the texture, how moist it is, the flavour of the butterscotch, the crunch of the praline.
Thank you.
Trevor, time to taste. Tell us what you think, Trevor.
The butterscotch is really nice. The praline is, I don't eat a lot of toffee, so for me it's really super sweet. But in combination, it was really nice. Like all three elements. Very good.
OK, Sam, your turn.
It's bloody good.
You've tasted the dish. You'll be given the recipe and 1 hour to duplicate that sticky date and toffee pudding. And of course, even though it does seem so easy, anything can go wrong.
Guys, the praline is really important. It's all about bringing the sugar up to a caramel. If you take it too far, you will burn the caramel. If you don't take it far enough, it will not turn into a praline. We need crunch and we need colour. We need it to be delicious.
Think about how you use those 3 different levels of sugar to deliver 3 very distinct flavours in the mouth. That's the secret of this dish. Miss that, and you may well be going home.
I am not safe by any means. I will have to cook better than I ever have in my life to have a chance of going much further.
After you've finished cooking, the judges will taste your dishes and they'll determine the worst performer of the day. If you made that dish, you'll be going home immediately. You have 1 hour. Good luck.
Tom, Sam and Trevor have to cook a sticky date pudding with a butterscotch sauce and an almond praline, and that's going to freak them right out because none of them are very confident with desserts. One of them's going home if they mess it up, so the pressure is enormous.
I read that recipe before we started and it stood out like a sore thumb to me. 40 minutes in the oven for those puddings. So I go ahead and start chopping up the dates. Once the dates are in the water, I get set up to get that batter ready.
All right, Sam, how are you going, mate?
Yeah, I've got the dates on.
Yeah.
In the bicarbonate or soda. I think that they're breaking down.
Yeah. You look a little bit tense. Are you worried about it?
I am worried about it. This is not something you guys know. This is not my comfort zone at all. But I'll do my best. Okay. And if I can pull it off, I'll be happy.
So the sooner you get these in the oven, the better, I suppose, because if they're 40 minutes...
Yep, absolutely.
10 minutes have gone already.
Absolutely.
Okay, mate.
Okay.
Best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
Straight away, Sammy is efficient. He works very clean, very neat, and also quite quick. Trev's just feeling his way. Tom's very meticulous. You know, he's a bit of the tortoise, as you would say. He's meticulous, he's correct, and he always gets over the line.
I'm following the recipe as close as I can. Being a lawyer, I think, does influence how I cook because my approach to cooking, I tend to be, and I'm trying to sort of loosen up, but I tend to be quite analytical.
Have you done a sticky topping pudding before?
Pudding before, but quite a while ago, quite a long time.
The praline?
Not the praline. I've never made the praline.
So we might. What do you think you have to do with the praline?
Look, I think it's just a matter of making the toffee.
Yeah.
Putting it on a tray and with the nuts.
Okay.
I mean, I've got it in my head, but whether it visualisation
nice
actually...
All right then, best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
There's heaps of things that can go wrong. It's a dessert, so it's a more scientific approach. Creaming the butter, the creamier you make that, the lighter and fluffier the pudding's actually going to come out.
How you going, Sammy?
Mate, I'm on fire.
On fire, are you?
Oh.
Really light and fluffy, Sam. Sam?
Yep.
Do it a bit more before you add the next egg and scrape the sides so you're getting everything in.
Okay, no problem.
Sandra and I were both shouting down advice to Sam throughout the challenge. The two of us having made sticky date pudding before. I definitely don't want to see Sam go home today, so if I can offer any advice that's going to be helpful, I will. You're doing good, Sammy.
A pastry kitchen's all about precision, and I think that Tom and Sam stand out as being very precise and able to follow a recipe. I think Trevor, who constantly wings it, will struggle following the recipe.
I've probably used 4 recipes my entire life. This is all brand new territory to me. So I basically spent 5 or 6 minutes just weighing everything out, making sure that they were in a bowl, so that all I had to do was just read the next bit and continue on.
Trevor.
Chef?
You're so not a pastry chef, are you?
I am so not a pastry chef, no.
How you dealing with it?
I'm just cooking for my wife at the moment.
That's good. That's
so
a good way to
I'm
think.
just going to do it, you know, with a bit of love and hopefully put out something that she would like.
I spoke to my wife last night and I told her about being in the bottom 3 and about how there's a possibility that I could be coming home. And she said, you know what, cook for me today. Cook for me. Don't cook for them, cook for me. So the whole time I was there, all I was thinking was, I'm making this for Marianne, I'm making this for Marianne.
And what are you doing there?
I'm creaming the butter and the sugar together.
And what are you looking for, texture-wise? Obviously, that's got to be nice and fluffy, hasn't it?
Yes, it does.
And really important as part of the aeration to start off with.
Yep.
Good luck, Trev.
Thank you.
Sam's actually powering ahead. He actually has his puddings in the oven well before the other guys. They're still making up the batters and stuff.
Guys, I hope that they're in the oven. I really do, because time is running out and they should be in the oven by now.
I was very, very quick to get that batter ready, to get those in the oven.
Is yours in now?
Yeah, mine's in, mate.
I wanted to get that advantage, and so I can get everything else prepared and approach the rest of the process in a more relaxed manner.
I'm about 6 to 8 minutes behind where I should be, so... Shit.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Tom and Trevor will struggle to have their cakes cooked, and having had an uncooked cake in a challenge previously, it's not the best thing to have.
Tom got his pudding in last, probably 2-3 minutes after the others, maybe even 5 minutes after Sammy. The problem with that is if it comes out and it's not cooked, he can't cook it a little bit more.
Okay, guys, you've got 30 minutes to go. That means you're halfway through.
Sam, eye on the fried pan. Watch it, because it will turn.
At 30 minutes to go, I'd nearly finished my praline. Undercooking the caramel or burning the caramel, there's a very fine line between those two things.
The recipe in the almond praline actually called for 110 grams of caster sugar.
Trevor made a mistake. He put brown sugar and water together to make his caramel.
I am looking at it in the pan, going, how the hell did my caramel get so brown so fast?
What have I done wrong? Oh, mate. I read 110 grams of sugar, and the brown sugar was on the bench, and I went, good, no worries, that's sugar, let's go.
That was so wrong. That's when it all sort of hit me as like, there is no way you can do this. There is no way that you're going to get this train wreck back on the rails. It's just, you might as well just walk out now.
Sam, Trevor and Tom have 1 hour to follow their recipe and cook sticky date pudding with butterscotch sauce and almond praline. The person who cooks the worst dish today will be sent home.
So they've got the puddings in and the praline. This is the tricky bit for them, and I think it comes down to detail in this. They all seem to be doing some things really well, and other things they're really not sure about.
The recipe in the almond praline actually called for 110 grams of caster sugar.
I read 110 grams of sugar, and the brown sugar was on the bench, and I went, good, no worries, that's sugar, let's go.
Trevor made a mistake. He put brown sugar and water together to make his caramel.
My world collapsed when I realised what I'd done, because I knew that there was every possibility now I wouldn't have enough time to finish the recipe off.
I had to pretty much start all over again with, 30 minutes to go instead of an hour.
Sam, eye on the fried pan. Watch it, because it will turn. There's quite a few things that could go wrong on the almond praline, so they all have to be careful with their timing today.
Mehigan?
Yep, go.
Start. Don't
Happy?
do it anymore. Pour over the nuts, yeah.
I finished my praline, and I'm working on the butterscotch sauce over a low heat to get it to the right consistency.
The butterscotch sauce is incredibly easy to make. It was one of my favourite things. Chuck all the ingredients in a pot, turn on heat, wait 5 minutes, done. That's it. That is the whole sauce. Fantastic.
Trevor,
Chef.
a real critical point here with the making of the praline.
Yes?
What are you looking for here?
I'm just waiting for it to change colour to a deep golden.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pour it over my almonds, which are a little bit clumpy. And hopefully we should be all right.
Look a bit sweaty. It's a bit stressful.
I read the recipe wrong, and I used brown sugar in the praline instead of caster sugar, so I had to start again. So I just sort of screwed myself over.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that caramel. Let's hope it goes okay for you.
Come on, Tom.
I'm really worried for Tom right now. Just him keeping up with the other two and keeping up with the processes.
The main concern for me is because, I've cooked a sticky date pudding before, but that was years ago. I've never made a praline before, so I'm concerned that the praline, how I'd go with the praline.
Stop agitating it.
I'm definitely standing as close to Tom as I possibly can, and just watching his progress and just seeing if he's missed out on anything. Because I think sometimes, in this challenge, especially when there's lots of people looking on, you do make sort of silly mistakes that you wouldn't if you were just on your own.
Don't think you did, Okay, Tom, it doesn't look like you got enough in there, though. Big pot, little bit of praline. Did you weigh it out correctly? I think you're going to have to make some more.
I didn't know what happened, but I looked down and he suddenly ran into the where all the utensils and stuff are.
Tom's done a runner.
And he had to start his sugar again with only like 15 minutes to go, which was really alarming.
How are you feeling? You feeling confident?
Yeah, I was.
You what?
Till just now.
Well, let's
Okay.
hope that works out okay.
Yep.
And I'll be reading that recipe to make sure you've got enough toffee. Okay, Tom?
Yep. Thank you. The praline also, you need to actually layer the almonds and allow it to set before you can actually break it up. And so I'm a little worried that I may not have given myself enough time to allow the praline to set.
Right, guys, it's 15 minutes to go, yeah? 15 minutes to go. You should be pretty much on your way to dressing your sticky date pudding.
Sam, if you get the knife and run it along, like as if you were going to cut it, and then you snap it, it will snap off in that shape.
I think mine's a bit thick.
Oh, bugger.
And it doesn't really cut into the shapes that I wanted to cut. It starts shattering and that sort of stuff.
Sam.
Yes?
So your puddings are in the oven?
Yep.
Your praline's done, yeah?
Yep, praline's done.
Butterscotch sauce?
Butterscotch sauce will be done soon. Obviously, the issue is if the puddings come out all right.
Yep.
Beautiful colour.
At the end, I've succeeded in making the toffee. My only concern now is will it set in time?
I took one pudding out after about 33 minutes of cooking. 40 minutes seemed like a long time to me. I wanted to test where they were at.
They need longer, don't they, Kate?
Is it cooked?
No, they need a bit longer.
Okay, get him straight back in then.
I had 6, so I thought test 1. Wasn't quite right, so I stuck the rest back in the oven to cook for the remaining 7 or 8 minutes.
I see you've been taking advice from the
crew.
Well, only one in particular.
Why is that?
Well, because she knows what she's talking about.
You sure?
I hope so.
Thinking sabotage.
Sabotage?
Kate, you got any idea about sticky date pudding?
I've made a couple.
I'd be careful. Always be careful.
I'm being careful. I'm following this, though.
A few minutes left. I've still got my praline, which I've actually put on ice to make sure that it hardens in time. It was a good improvised decision on my part because all I needed was to actually get the toffee hard.
You got 5 minutes to go now, guys. So hopefully your puddings should be out of the oven, cooked, ready to go.
It looks like Tom's just about to get his puddings out of the oven. I think he's a bit under the pump at the moment.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Tom. Come on.
There's a million different ways that you can fix something that you haven't done properly when you're cooking. When you're baking, it's put it in the oven, pull it out, and it's half the fun.
Right, guys, you've got 1 minute to go. This is when it all counts. Make it look beautiful.
Talk about the pressure test. I put so much pressure on myself today just by screwing up that it was absolutely ridiculous.
I noticed that it's a little lopsided on the plate, but there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's already on the plate.
Look, I came into today, I know that this is absolutely my last chance to prove that I deserve to be here.
Okay, that's it. Your time's up, guys. Pressure test is over. Step away from your plates.
Mate, looks great. Mate, looks great.
Yeah, I was ecstatic when it was finished. My dish looked really good. It was plated up well. There was heaps of sauce. It's that whole turnaround when you think you've totally stuffed something up and then it goes on the plate. I'm amazed. I can bake. Oh my God, I actually have a chance at winning this thing.
So I go and have a quick look at Trev's and Tom's, and bloody hell, they both pulled it off. I mean, from an appearance point of view, this is going to be very close.
Sam, Trevor and Tom, you've just made a sticky date pudding with a butterscotch sauce and an almond praline. In a moment, the judges will head to the restaurant and they will taste your dishes one by one. Now, they're not looking for a winner today, they're looking for the worst dish. If you made that dish, you'll be heading home immediately. The other two will remain in the competition, at least for now. Thank you, judges.
I noticed that it's a little lopsided on the plate, but there's nothing I can do. I mean, it's already on the plate. What's done is done.
It's my turn to take my dish to the judges. I'm proud of what I've done. I just hope that they see that I've really pushed myself today.
So, Sam, are you pleased with what you've produced?
Yes, for the most part. You may have seen that I took my puddings out of the oven about 7 or 8 minutes before 40 minutes. I did want to see how they were going. I took one out and it was a bit undercooked, so I had the rest in for the remaining 7 or 8 minutes. Okay. And I think, you know, the final product's decent.
Okay. And I noticed Kate was throwing down some advice to you. Yes. Did you need advice?
I do like to have the support of other people around me. It's just the sort of person that I am.
Did she give you good advice, do you think?
I hope so. I truly hope so. Yeah.
Nothing worse than taking the wrong advice, is
Certainly is not.
Only got yourself to blame if that happens.
Absolutely true.
OK, Sam, thanks very much. You can go now.
Okay, enjoy. Thank you.
If I have to go home today on the back of that, at least I go home on a high.
So, the praline looks a bit thick to me, but the pudding looks a nice shape. And I think the butterscotch sauce could be a little bit darker, but other than that, I think he's done a good job. You know what, that's really nice. Sam's done a good job in terms of baking the pudding, I think. And he was probably right to put it back in the oven when he did.
This is one of those sticky dates, if you like moist fruitcake, you're going to love. You're just going to love that colour when it's a bit gooey in the middle.
That's delicious. Butterscotch sauce is just like, wow, you just want to go back for more and sort of feel sick because you've had too much.
And the pralines may be marginally thick, but what he has managed to achieve, besides that beautiful colour, is a little bit of bitterness from taking that caramel just to the point where it's starting to turn. So it isn't just a big chunk of sugar, it's got a little bit of tang to it. You know, it's got to be said, the other guys are going to have to go it to surpass that, because that is a very fine example of a sticky date pudding with butterscotch sauce.
Sitting around waiting for the judges it's not fun. It gives you time to doubt yourself. It's all well and good to stay positive, but when you're looking down the barrel of an elimination, it's very tough.
Trevor, how do you think you went?
It tastes really nice. I think I did really well. I mean, there were a few teething problems. I screwed up when I used the brown sugar to make the praline. Luckily, I actually realised that it was way too brown in the pan. That cost me like 10 minutes, but I still managed to plate up, so happy.
Would your wife be happy with that?
I think she would. She would love it.
Did you have a little trouble taking the pudding out of the mould?
It's not something I've ever done before, so I did run a knife around it, but I don't think I did it, you know, as precisely as I probably should have.
Okay.
Trevor, thank you.
Thank you. I know I cooked a good dish today. I know I can cook. I know I deserve to be here. So I just hope the judges can see that.
It looks good. I reckon he has had a little bit of trouble getting it out of the mould. You can just see where he's torn the pudding on the outside, certainly on one side, where he's popped the knife in and turned it round to turn the pudding out. Look, I can't pick between the two of them. So far, both of them are absolutely top-notch puddings.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's beautiful. The pudding's deep, it's rich. The caramel sauce has got this extra little bit of vibrance compared to the last one. Mate, they are delicious.
That butterscotch sauce is
That's liquid gold.
It's amazing, isn't it? There's a very small difference, maybe 2 minutes in the pan that's got it a little bit darker, but it just lifts that sauce for me from being sweet to just having that kind of slightly, not quite caught, but almost caught, slightly kind of caramelly flavour, molassesy flavour. It's absolutely delicious. Wow, well, we've seen two quite amazing dishes.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about what they'll say because, I mean, I find fault with my food, so they'll probably find something wrong with it, and I just have to wait and see.
Tom, you were worried about the praline. How did that work out?
I think it's a bit thick. I think if I had to do it again, I would have tried to make it thinner.
Do you think that's a good enough dish to carry you through?
I would hope so. I've seen the other two, and to be completely honest, I think it's going to be very close. I would like to think it's very close.
Tom, thanks a lot.
Thank you. I could be the one going home. I've accepted that, but I just have to wait and see.
The fact that he has tipped the pudding over and poured the sauce onto the bottom as such rather than the crusty top, it's soaked right the way through, so it's really soft and really gooey, nice and sweet, really nice and datey as well.
Beautiful pudding, really well made, caramel's delicious. If there's any criticism, it's just a tad paler than the last two.
Try that bit because that's got more nuts in. When you bite that, it fractures, it shatters in your mouth. There's none of that sense your teeth are going to break. It just goes like that. And again, it's got that caramelly, burny flavour, which is beautiful. That's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Wow, this is going to be so close, huh? I mean, this has to be the closest pressure test we've had. It's going to be hard to decide who's going to go home.
So I think it's time to get them back in and talk to them.
Wow, this is going to be so close, huh? It's going to be hard to decide who's going to go home.
So I think it's time to get them back in and talk to them.
The threat of elimination, the fact that you're cooking against two really, really good cooks in this competition, the fact that it's about you know, impressing the judges and beating those other two guys. I mean, it is very hard.
Well, gentlemen, our first all-male pressure test. To make it more interesting, two of you don't cook desserts. And that's exactly what you've been asked to do. I think we're all surprised and also quite disappointed to find the three of you here, because we think you're amongst the best cooks in the competition.
We're going to have a chat to each of you and just find out where you're going and whether or not your ambitions and your dreams are still the same.
Sam, second time, mate.
No.
What's going on?
I'm not cooking the food that I like to eat, and it's let me down and it's caused me to probably lose a little bit of soul in my cooking.
Today, you're standing there with these two guys looking like they're on death row.
Yep.
And you're larking around, and you're laughing, and you're waving at your mates in the gallery. You're not taking the competition seriously?
When I'm like that, I cook better. I know I do. When I'm more relaxed, more jovial, I do cook my best when I'm like that. Now, that might, you know, I've had comments before that might seem flippant. It's not. It's the right headspace for me to be in to cook my best.
Tom, you're a difficult one for us to get a handle on. It's really the time now to be quite vocal about what you want to achieve out of it and what you want to do, because I don't know.
I'm looking for a profession that gives me that passion where I can actually wake up, live, sleep, drink, eat my career. And in the last few months, that's crystallised in terms of food and my approach to food and thinking about food and talking about food and cooking.
What about your change of living from lawyer to lowly cook? I mean, cooks, you know, it comes from service industries. You know, we're talking butlers and cooks in a big house, you know. We're at the bottom end of town rather than the top end of town. How does that make you feel?
Look, it doesn't worry me at all, because actually I've been into law because partly the status, the money, and the realisation is, look, actually, it's not all that you need in your profession or your career.
Trevor.
Chef.
You said you didn't want to go home today?
No, I don't.
Tell me why.
This competition for me is a massive learning experience. It has completely ignited my passion for food and for cooking. I thought that I loved it before, but this really has turned it on. There's probably only one other thing in my life that I consider as important, and that's my marriage.
You cooked the dish today for your wife, yeah?
Yes. I want to work with my wife in food. We both love to cook, we both love to serve people, we both love making people happy. It just seemed to be the natural progression to open a restaurant.
You know, it's a beautiful thing to serve people, but it's a really rotten thing when you get people saying, I came to your restaurant and I ate there and the food was terrible.
Yeah.
And you know, that's what happened to you yesterday, yeah?
Yeah, it was. I screwed up royally. I'm still beating myself up about that dish. It was a steak. How many times have I cooked and eaten a steak? I mean, it's absolute... I feel like suspending myself in the air with a series of uppercuts. I'm that upset with myself. Really pissed off. Sorry, I can't get it out of my head.
It was a shocker.
It was absolutely appalling. There was no excuse for it, and if it sends me home, it's going to kill me.
I don't think the judges could be any more disappointed than I am in myself at putting myself in this position.
So, tough decisions, of course, have to be made. Sam?
Eric?
Your pudding? Very nice. Did a good job. Nice and fluffy. Nice little cubic pieces of date. Really nice and tasty and jammy.
Okay.
Good job on that.
Thank you.
Caramel was a bit light.
Was it?
Praline was a little bit thick.
Okay.
Trevor, again, nice pudding. Really good butterscotch sauce. All three of us agreed that it was the best of the three.
Thank you very much.
But the pudding, when you turned it out, it was a bit rough. Nearly fell apart, used a knife. It was not as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
Tom, the praline that you made was by far the best out of all of them. Really crunchy, like glass. It was just really fantastic. You did a good job there.
We sat there and we thought if those three puddings had been put down on one table, we'd be hard-pressed to work out they'd been made by three different people. The quality was so good. And the sort of differences we're talking about, the thickness of the praline, the colour of the pudding, they're not the sort of thing any of us would have sent a pudding back for. They were that good. It was really impressive what you did, guys. Really impressive.
Thank you.
So that makes the decision even harder because you just proved to us that you should not be sitting here, having done the pressure test, with the potential of your dream being over and you're going home.
I am more nervous because maybe this is it. Maybe this is my time to die.
Tom, you're still in the competition. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I found out that I'm safe. I'm relieved. I'm happy because I'm actually staying in this competition. I don't feel that I'm ready to leave.
Trevor and Sam, it comes down to you two. It comes down to the dish that you cooked today. Tom, you're still in the competition. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Trevor and Sam, it comes down to you two. It comes down to the dish that you cooked today.
I'm very nervous. I pretty much think the next name they're going to call out is the person who's going home.
Trevor, you're still in the competition.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, man.
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
I'm relieved. I think I buckled over in half and said, thank you, God. Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy. A little bit upset that Sam is the one who'll be going home, but yeah, ecstatic that I'm staying in the competition.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sam?
Yep.
Your dream has got to end.
I understand that.
But not today.
Oh.
You're kidding.
No way.
You're still in the competition.
You little beauty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you. That's a huge relief and a very, very proud moment. Oh,
so much.
Oh, you beauty! Woo! Oh, man. Oh, my God.
What happened there? We're in a situation with 3 great cooks. You put up 3 puddings that were so goddamn perfect. It was almost impossible to tell you apart, whether it's for the praline, the pudding, or that amazing butterscotch sauce. And we had the discussion that you're all allowed to make 1 mistake. In Sam's case, 2, obviously. And they want you to continue and have 1 more chance.
Thank you so much, guys.
Amazing.
Go back to the house. Let's see the look of surprise on some of their faces. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Cheers.
Appreciate it.
It justifies today. We knew today's challenge was going to be tough competition, all 3 of us. And the fact that we all pulled off the dish today and we gave those judges an impossible decision to make today is wonderful. That's what you want to do. I mean, I'm sure that's what the judges want, is that they want food coming up to them and they go, well, God, how do we split this? And that's what we did today. So we're all proud, and me especially.
We're all sitting around up in the lounge waiting for the 2 survivors to come back. There's a lot of speculation about who it might be.
I have to admit, I have no idea. I tried Trev's food, it was fantastic. So.
From today's performance, I have an inkling that Sam might be going, and that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Well, what about visually? Just purely based on visuals, who do you think's won?
Tom. Yeah.
Tom.
As long as Tom's tastes nice, he has to be the winner of that. His dish looked beautiful. Yeah.
It'd be hard if it came down to presentation.
Yeah.
Poor old Trev didn't quite nail it.
I guess I was trying to will for someone in particular to leave, and that was Sam.
Now, what I want to know is, are you going to break down like a sobbing lunatic again if Sam doesn't come down?
I'll probably have a cry if Sam doesn't come back, but at the same time, I've prepared myself for it this time. It's moving, the lift's moving.
As soon as I saw that the lift was moving, I saw the lights light up and I started to get really nervous.
And the door opens and the first person I see is Tom. So I'm really happy. And then I see Trevor and then I think, oh my gosh, Sam's left.
Is Sam gone? Is Sam gone? Is it true? Of course, I tear up when Sam doesn't come through the doors of that lift.
I knew it all day.
Kate's visibly upset. She starts the usual waterworks on cue.
She can flick it on and it's like a tap.
Yeah, Ellie.
Don't cry, kitty. It'll all be okay.
I agree. I'm just that's all I'm gonna do.
It's tough because I'm so happy to see that these 2 people are still in this competition, and at the same time, one of my really close friends has just been eliminated.
It's all very weird. It's the elimination process is incredibly strange.
All of a sudden, the lift doors open, and there is Sam. I was really happy to see Sam, both because he's like a brother to me and also because I know he can do so much better in this competition.
I think people are happy to see their friends, but there's also a bit of bewilderment as to why nobody's gone home.
They could not split the dishes. They said the only things that they could find the difference in was the thickness of the praline, and that wasn't something to send someone home on.
I think all the people that did quite well in the challenge feel a little bit ripped off. The fact that, they're not getting rewarded for doing well, and the 3 guys that screwed up actually get a lifeline.
You guys surprised?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia,
This is make or break time, okay?
Chris goes head-to-head with celebrity chef Alex Herbert.
Celebrity chefs to me are like footy players.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Will the amateur have what it takes to beat the pro at her own signature dish?
I've eaten this dish, and it's a cracker.
I'm so screwed here.
At stake, the chance to fast-track to the final week of the competition.
Very, very similar. Hard to tell the difference.
Matt, please reveal your score and the winner of today's challenge.